Check this place out.
So for practice here, they only allowing each rider to ride each course once.
That's just pretty good. Day 2 of practice. Everybody ready to go? It's literally pitch black still. Probably shouldn't be being so loud. And we're riding to catch the shuttle. Or we're about to be riding to catch the shuttle in pitch black. Oh man, it's dark. It's way too early to be going anywhere though. Sun is coming up. Riding through some fields.
Almost up. So today is day 2 of practice. We are not including day 1 because we had some technical difficulties with the cameras and weren't able to get footage for you guys. So we're just gonna do 1 day of practice, but really that's all you guys need to see because on Friday will be our race video and that's where we're gonna have footage of all the stages and more of it. So make sure you guys tune in for that. We are transitioning to stage 1 of the day, which is stage 5 overall. Been riding for about 15 minutes, and I would assume we're getting fairly close, but I guess we don't really know. The sun finally came up. It was an early call, wake-up call, but I am the first one to start of the group every day, and I will be getting up at about the same time. So I guess it's just good practice, even if it was kind of painful this morning at 6 o'clock.
Like, wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Unless that rock that I saw in the current moved.
turn.
How fun was that?
Those bottom corners are just not my
Not your jam?
jam. But
Let's let people by. I think we're done here.
was that the end?
I think so.
That was tough on the body, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And my hands hurt.
That might be my new favorite stage. I really like that one. Hard, rough, rocky, but that's really fun.
So we can go left here and not go up the stairs.
Check this place out.
So for practice here, they are doing some interesting things. One, they are only allowing you to shuttle certain climbs, which I actually really like, because previously teams who had a mechanic would just go shuttle like everything, and then everyone else would have to ride everything. They're also only allowing each rider to ride each course once for pre-riding, which is cool because, once again, for people who don't have a mechanic to drive them up and down the mountain, sort of levels the playing field a little bit. And finally, they split practice into two groups, A and B, and assign specific practice times. So yesterday, well, we are in group B. Yesterday, our shuttle for the first stage left at 9, I think. So, bit of a later start. It was nice because we got to sleep in. This morning, our shuttle left at 7:15, which was very early, but it's nice because it was a little bit cooler. And despite that, it's already warm enough that, yeah, I'm sweating pretty solidly. So I'm glad we are on the 7 o'clock one. Ale, ale. Just got passed by a guy on an e-bike. But yeah, I'm glad we're on the 7 o'clock one because I think it's going to be warm. And despite being bummed about starting super early on race days, I think it will also be nice because it won't be nearly as hot. Come on by, horsies. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Cuidado! Come on. Well, I was not expecting that on the trail. We just got to a section on the transition that we recognized, so now we know what trail we are racing, or what trail this is, because we raced it in 2015. In 2015 though, this was the one that they had like a long course delay And then when they finally started it, it started raining. And then by the time the women were racing it, there was a flash flood. And so they like canceled the stage halfway through the pro women. And like the finish line got washed away and the path for the spectators got washed away. It was crazy. So we're very much hoping that does not happen this year, because as exciting as it was, it you know, we'd rather be able to actually race it. I got this peanut butter cookie jelly cookie sandwich.
That actually was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Gracias.
It's actually kind of a bit of a climb, to be honest. I remember this stupid thing. Also, like, just awkward. Got my shit together. Okay. Really pedaling our little booties off on this one.
Yeah. Booties fall right off.
All right, this is where it gets real.
So 3 years ago, when this stage got canceled and washed out, we were all hiking up through there because this was running and no one could get through it. So like the entire race, all the spectators, etc., were supposed to go through here and instead had to bail and climb through the prickly blackberry bushes to get out. This climb up to the last stage is brutal. it looks a little bit like this for a lot of it, and it's very steep. Let's see if I can make it. As the day wears on, I am more and more glad that I'm starting really early on both race days, because it's only 10:20 in the morning and it's really hot. I think it's supposed to be just as hot or hotter tomorrow and Sunday. So initially what I thought was a bummer, because I don't get to sleep in as much, I'm beginning to think is actually awesome. Almost to the top of the last stage. This one is one that we also raced in 2015, but they've changed the startup, so I think we actually get to go higher and then get a little bit more descending in the stage. So that's pretty cool. But this part is all fresh cut and not that great. So this is a weird thing that we've only ever seen in one other race, which was the Enduro World Series in Chile a couple of years ago. And it's a neutralized section, which basically you have 2 minutes to get, sorry Gussie, 2 minutes to get from the start to the end of the neutral section, and then you keep racing. And I think it basically clocks you out, clocks you back in. We were trying to figure out why there's a neutral section, and we kind of get it. It's a pretty ridiculously steep climb that we could ride, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. I still think it would be fun to have it in, but I understand why. All right, that took us 1:55 going really easy, so shouldn't be a problem.
I'll probably try to ride up it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna ride up it or not.
You ride through this though. I'm just gonna...
That's true, nicer to ride through the end.
Two of the left-hand ones I had to like put a foot out and like carry my bike around.
Yeah. I was thinking, I think some of those, they're so tight that just putting a foot out and like kicking and like swinging your bike might be faster.
Yeah, I'm just not very good at that swinging the bike maneuver.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a like, I have to stop and get up and turn it around and get back on. Oh, I burned. What on earth? Sorry. I was not going fast enough for that.
Well, that's practice all wrapped up. Today was fairly short compared to yesterday. 4 hours, 2,600 feet climbed, 4,000 descended, over 17 miles. Last stage I really liked. The very end though, it's weird because it goes from like natural, awesome raw trail to a sort of flow trail that they literally just cut in, obviously. So it doesn't flow very well yet, but it'll probably be better by race day. And then like a gap jump that's mostly just awkward. So it's good. We have a couple hours now to recover, and then we have the prologue, which is through the castle, which we are going to include here. So don't go away. All right, I got my Teletubby mount on and the chest mount, and we're about to head down to do the prologue for the EWS, which is really fun. It's through a castle. I also wanted to mention, because a couple of you had pointed it out in our last couple videos, that one of the Rylos, specifically this one, is much quieter, and that's because of the adventure case, which protects the lens, which is very important for us, but also muffles the sound. So we're working on a solution. We're not going to change anything for this Europe trip because what we have set up works pretty well and we don't want to screw with it. When we get back to the US though, we're going to work with Rylo and try some different things to try to get the sound quality similar on the two Rylos. But for right now, more important to us to protect the lens so that we can keep getting you guys footage than it is to have the same audio quality. So wanted to let you guys know, a couple of you had mentioned that, but we're working on it. You pretty stoked?
I'm stoked. This is the part I'm the most nervous about the entire race, so it's going to be sweet to get it over with. Because there are two tiny gap jumps.
They're not tiny.
Like gap jumps. Yeah.
They're 2 gap jumps. The good part is it doesn't count towards your race results, so you can do it like chill, cool. But she has to hit the gap jump so that I can get a sweet picture of her. So that's the only thing. You got this.
Also, it would take forever
to go around them, yeah. prologue was a blast. I just watched Sid. She nailed all the jumps she was worried about, and I talked to her afterwards, and she's like, yeah, I shouldn't have been worried. It was really awesome. We just watched our buddy Gus go by, and now we are going to head to the grocery store because we're starving, and it's time for some dinner before a very early tomorrow morning wake-up call. So that's the plan. So, how did it go?
I had a lot of fun.
And how were the jumps?
The jumps were fine. I almost overshot the last one. So, that's
Nothing
good.
to be worried about.
No, it was good. Like,
Now in the
I knew
future-
I could do it, and I needed to do it, but I didn't want to do it. But it's good to, like, do it anyway, and then you're like, it's all good.
So in the future, when we see a jump that is approximately 7 or 8 feet of distance,
Yeah.
then you know that you can do it.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go get some food. I'm starving.
I wasn't quite fast enough to get Gus's, but I really wanted pizza because it looked yummy.
This is dinner. Sausage, pizza, which cost €1.29, so like $1.50.
Frozen
Bread.
pizza is always that cheap. Back then we just don't buy crap.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Maybe not
I'm
quite
very
that
excited
cheap.
about it. And then lettuce, so we can make a salad, so we can be healthy.
All right, you stuff the lettuce in there because this is hot, so I don't want it to be with the lettuce.
Good call. Okay.
And I'm gonna do this across like that, and that should be good.
Oh yeah,
But I don't know about the pizza.
I got the pizza. I'll make it happen. There's Sid with her baguette. I've got the pizza. I'm gonna go cook some dinner and prepare for a early morning tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in for practice day number 2. This weekend's race will be coming out on Friday, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And until then, don't forget to be more awesome.